Assalamu alaikum and hello to the all participants in this third international conference on contemporary issues in accounting and finance. I am thankful to the Universe and its collaborating partner Bahrain University who have provided this opportunity. Our research topic is COVID-19 government interventions and equity and debt market oscillations. My co-author is Dr. Adnan Hashmat and I am Muhammad Waqas. Introduction. COVID-19 has been the most extraordinary event in the 21st century. The first case of novel coronavirus was reported in December 2019 in the city of Wuhan, China, resulting in many deaths. The whole world was shocked when the lockdown was announced in Wuhan city, China. The lockdown proved to be very effective to control the spread of COVID-19 and the World Health Organization called it as a public health emergency. The quick global outspread of the COVID-19 virus disrupted the routine life of citizens around the world. Financial markets also witnessed a significant adverse effect of the COVID-19. The study focuses on analyzing the impact of government announcements of lockdown and policy rate changes on the investment and equity market, debt markets in high income, upper middle income and lower middle income countries. Research gap. To the best of our knowledge, we have not found any academic research that analyzed the impact of government announcement of policy rate changes and lockdown on the debt market during COVID-19. The study jointly analyzed the impact of government lockdown announcements and policy rate changes on equity and debt markets. Moreover, it provides an in-depth analysis of the impact of the high income, upper middle income and lower middle income economies. Research objectives. To determine the impact of government announcement of lockdown on investment in equity market, to determine the impact of government announcement of lockdown on investment in debt market, to determine the impact of government announcement of reduction in policy rate on investment in equity market, to determine the impact of government announcement of reduction in the policy interest rate on investment in debt market. Literature review. Baba Nadeem and Ashraf found that government actions by analyzing the effect of such actions on stock market returns and found adverse effects. They used the pool panel ordinary least square regression model. Chaudhary and their co-authors found that US stock market reacts negatively towards confirmed and death cases due to the COVID-19. They used the GARCH model, VAR model and ESM model. Khurram Shehzad and their co-author found that the COVID-19 substantially harmed the US and Japanese market returns. Moreover, COVID-19 has influenced the variance of the US, Germany and Italy stock markets. The study applied the asymmetric power Gauss model to analyze the non-linear behavior of financial markets. Eisenman and their co-authors, using the ESM model, they estimated the responsiveness of equity and bond markets in developing countries to global crisis periods and Eurozone crisis. Overall, they found that the whereas global crisis period had a consistently negative effect on returns of equity and bond markets. Data and methodology, event study method. Data has been, this study used a daily data of stock indices and government bonds from 15 countries over the period from December 2018 to December 2020. MSCI stock market indices and JP Morgan bond market indices are used. The process of event study methodology is to identify the event, calculate the expected normal return, calculate and analyze the abnormal return using mean adjusted return model, market model and risk adjusted return model. Calculate the analyze the cumulative abnormal returns and calculate and analyze the cumulative average abnormal returns. Single distributed pair t-test has also been used. The purpose of this test, if lockdown and reduction in policy rate events have influenced the value of the return of stock and debt markets of prescribed countries. Findings and discussions. In figure 3.1, equity markets in the lockdown, the most affected countries are high income countries. In figure 3.2, debt markets in lockdown, the most affected debt market countries are lower middle income countries in lockdown. The figure 3.3, equity markets in policy rates, the mostly affected countries are upper middle income countries like USA, Germany, UK. Figure 3.4, debt markets in policy rates, the highly impacted countries in debt markets are lower middle income countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh or other countries like they have the lower middle income countries. Conclusion: if we look into the conclusion, lockdown on debt markets and low policy rates on debt markets. In this segment, the mostly affected countries are lower middle income countries. Before, as I already told, Pakistan or the Bangladesh are belong to the lower middle income countries. These type of countries are highly impacted by the lockdown and policy rate in terms of debt markets. On the other side, stock markets, the impact of lockdown and impact of policy rate, mostly affected countries are upper middle countries, USA, UK. These are the very sensitive markets. They used a very prompt reaction in terms of any bad news in the market. Conclusion: the result of the study shows the impact of lockdown announcement and policy rate changes on bond markets of high income countries is not much significant, whereas upper middle and lower middle income countries adversely responded to the government announcements. On the other hand, stock markets of all the countries shows the negative reactions. Intensity of the negative effect of reduction in policy rate is more severe in high income countries. The evidence shows that the equity market of high income countries are more efficient as compared to the upper middle and lower middle income countries. Future recommendations: there are still gap available to research more, to conduct more researches, and government interventions need to study in Pakistani context where government announced the smart lockdown. Another research gap is to study ESM in debt and bond markets. Implementations: national disaster management can use this. For the large fund managers, international diversifications will be used. Government and take benefits from this. Small investors can take benefits. These are the references. Thank you very much. And questions, answer sessions, the questions are welcome here. Thank you.